Hi there and welcome back to another edition of Nothing Exceptional. This episode is about Thor Ragnarok. Boom! Starring Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Mark Ruffalo, Kate Blanchett, Anthony Hopkins. Let me just say right off the bat, before I start picking this movie apart, I enjoyed watching this movie. It was funny, it was adventurous, it was pretty lame in a lot of ways though too. First I'm going to start out with why this didn't really fit a lot of the comic book storyline. In the movie, Karl Urban playing the Executioner kind of came off like a simpleton, while in the comic books, the Executioner was a murdering jackass with delusions of grandeur. Next, Kate Blanchett playing Hela. This was my biggest problem with this movie. Anybody with a computer is going to figure out what I'm going to talk about next. And I'm surprised that a lot of other reviews haven't touched on this. Hela, in the comic books, was not Odin's daughter. She was Loki's daughter. They just changed it all around for the movie. The whole storyline is kind of crap when you compare it to the comic books. It really is, because there are lots and lots of comic books out there where Hela, Thor, and Odin were like all together. And it's been going on for a while. The third problem I have with this movie, I know a lot of other people have brought up. Why is the Grand Master like a goofy son of a bitch? And not this serious blue guy. Not even blue. He's just got like a blue streak. Right there. Right there. I don't get it. When I was a kid, one of my favorite comic books was when King the Conqueror and the Grand Master had the competition with the Avengers and the Squadron Supreme. He's not blue! Now, the good part is, even though he wasn't this serious, extra-dimensional being, Jeff Goldblum pulled him off as, kind of flaky, funny kind of guy in this movie. And it worked. And thank God this is a Marvel movie, because if it was actually based on Norse mythology, it would be even more messed up than it is. Because in Norse mythology, Thor dies. Story over, right? He dies fighting a serpent. A lot of other reviewers have already made the comments about how Thor becomes more like Raiden after his hammer is smashed. Has that defining moment when the electricity surges through him. And thank God I watched some of those also, because I thought I was the only prick on the planet going, wait a minute, he's got all this lightning flowing through his body. Why is the little disc on his neck able to knock him out? How's that shocking? A god of thunder and lightning. I don't get it. Do you get it? I don't get it. And if the little discs that are so easy to use can do that to Thor, why not bring a whole bunch of them with you when you're going to go fight Hela? I don't get it. You throw one on her, boom, game over. This movie kind of made me feel like it was a sci-fi comic book Lethal Weapon kind of thing, with the Hulk and Thor doing their thing. Because you had the Hulk being the crazy, uncontrollable one most of the time, and Thor was being the responsible one. Believe me, that is not what the devil's anus really looks like, because in reality, the devil's anus would have been bleached and hiding between two very tanned buns. The good parts about this movie, it had decent action, it was funny, and it was very bright and colorful. But because of how I do my show, the most I'm going to give this movie is 3.5 stars. That's mostly because it was funny. Until next time, this comic nerd will